Hey ladies, stop expecting people to support your excellence because a lot of us are expecting people to clap for us, expecting people to cheer, expecting people to be happy for us. Whole time, whenever we succeed or whenever we tend to go above and beyond, it's sort of expected of us. I find it interesting that for some people, your basic is their ceiling, so they can't cheer for you when what you're excelling and exceeding at is like the highest point of success for them. So for you to go above that, for you to reach heights that are above that and above and beyond, is too much for people. It's too much for them to fathom that when you excel and reach for higher heights, it's unattainable for them. And that's really what it is. There's a lot of people who are still praying that their parents or that their family would support them and would cheer for them. There's a lot of people who wish that their friends from back home or their peers from back home would acknowledge them and give them the acceptance and praise that they know they are deserving of. But here's the thing, they can't give you that because it's almost expected of you. See, when you are a gorgeous girl, when you are an exotic, when you are a beautiful woman, when you are excelling in different areas in your life, when you are happy and when you are thriving, it is almost expected of you that you are doing so. And this is where the dehumanization comes in, because people are so delusional that they think because you are this like gorgeous person inside and out that you just naturally by default have it easier. Therefore, your life should be easy. But what they don't understand is a lot of beautiful people get it the worst. The people who are non-threatening fly under the radar and live peaceful lives for the most part. No one's saying that they don't go through things, of course. But for the most part, they're not targets. For the most part, people aren't checking for them in malicious ways. And so when that's the case for your life, you can kind of coast by. You can do what you want to do. You can achieve what you want to achieve because evil eye is not something you have to worry about. But when you look a certain way externally, when you carry yourself a certain way, when you have a light and an energy about you that is pure and godly and high vibrational, you are a target for people. And so your life is a lot harder because you have things that people want. You have intrinsic value. You have a light about you. You have God working within you. And that is not something everyone can say. And so they dehumanize you when they see you reaching for certain things, when they see you achieving a certain accolade or leveling your life up. It's almost to be expected because they think your life is easy, therefore you get things easy. Whole time you had to fight tooth and nail to get your apartment. You had to fight tooth and nail for that car. You had to fight tooth and nail for that relationship, that godly relationship. You had to fight tooth and nail for that career. Nothing came easy to you. And people don't realize that because you are beautiful, people do things in spite of that. You have a harder time with it because people send you evil eye, because people want you to fail. So the fact that people just expect for you to just be successful and they make that your normal is so dehumanizing because it makes it so that you can't have bad days. You can't take breaks. You can't want to not work and not hustle. You have to always be hustling, always perform, always show out, always prove something. That's what they expect of you. It's your normal for a lot of people. And so when you do reach these certain accolades of excellence, it's not really something that they're willing to cheer for you for because they expect it of you. Especially if you grew up in a really toxic home where that was something that happened a lot, where whenever you did well, it wasn't praised or admired. You kind of just were expected to do that. The response from your parents would have been, okay, that's what you're supposed to do. Good job. You're supposed to do that. That creates this sense in your mind that even at your best, you still have to perform leaps and bounds beyond that. You still have to excel beyond what is the normal for you, which creates a very unhealthy standard of life. Because if you were never told that your best is good enough, it's going to translate in a lot of different areas of your life. And I also noticed too is that a lot of people take your best personally. Like they take offense to you being your best self. Let's say, for example, you're a part of like some type of community, like a dance class or something like that. And, you start off with certain people within the dance class and you begin to level up and move up levels. you're going at your own pace, but some people will make it their mission to compete with you just because of how you look and because of how well you pick up on the material or whatever. And then they make you their side project. So now it's all about how can I beat this person? Even though you're just trying to be your best self. You're just trying to go about your passion and your interests and be your best. And for some reason, your best threatens people. Your best makes people scared if they are looking to compete with you. And so that's why you'll see that a lot of times if you're in school or in one of your extracurricular activities, one of your hobbies or passions, you're going to find that one or two people may target you and you'll start to feel this competitive energy from them. And they'll try to surpass you or send you evil eyes so that you stop doing what you're doing, so that you stop developing yourself, so that you stop being excellent, so that they can surpass you. You know what I'm saying? And this is a lot of silent warfare that people like to wage on you when they're threatened and insecure. They take on your excellence and they look at it as offense. They look at it as, how dare she think she could be better than me at this? How dare she think she can do this? Or, whatever they may think. And it's delusion because you're minding your business. Whole time someone is competing with you. If you're trying to go to nursing school and you're doing labs or whatever you're doing, and you find that you're excelling, you're doing great, and the teacher is giving you props, you're going to find that there's going to be one or two people that want to get in your space or get close to you or start observing you or treating you in a funny way because they're trying to trip you up. They're trying to be your excellent. Instead of them focusing on themselves and being excellent in their realm, they're focused on how can I one up this person? How can I become better than them? So they're measuring their success to your success. How interesting and how fucking weird. Why do people feel like they can't succeed unless they're surpassing you? Why do people feel like they have to measure their success to your success? And if they're able to surpass you, then they have value. If they're able to beat you at something, then that means they're great. People like that are so dangerous, and you have to keep them at arm's length because you will forever be their standard. They will just never admit it. Of course, in certain competitive spaces, they're never going to admit that surpassing you makes them feel better about themselves. Surpassing you makes them feel that they can be good at something for once in their life. And that's just not how I operate. So that's why I make sure to always come back to center and come back to self and make sure that I'm not competing with someone because they're competing with me. And that's a very fine line to kind of dance on, because sometimes just naturally as human instinct, we can be competitive, especially as women. But it's so important that when someone tries to begin to compete with you, which is really spiritual warfare, and it's distracting as hell, if someone tries to do that with you, remember to stay in position, stay in place. Do not feel like you have to play the one-up game with them, that you need to check them and try to outdo them too since they're trying to outdo you. Stay in your queen energy and let these people think that they're doing something by competing with you. Do not compete back. Do not feel like you need to play the excellence Olympics with these people. Because you don't. The mere fact that they even felt like they had to one-up you to begin with and try to surpass you to begin with lets you know that you are amazing at whatever it is you're doing, at whatever it is you're after. So ladies, drop down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.